Hey guys, and welcome back to Lucy, the Eternity She Wished For. I was sick with a sinus infection. Just in case people don't, if you don't watch the Jurassic Park series, I had a sinus infection that I got from my child that was initially a runny nose from teething. We are both doing good. We just have that slight. We both have slight congestion, just a little. But I know we are over the hump, and we are close to being done with it. And someone's not happy because I'm not feeding her yogurt fast enough, apparently. So yeah, I know that my voice is slightly different because of this. Yeah, it seems like I'm getting sick a whole bunch, and it really sucks. But I don't usually get sick this often. I don't know. If it isn't one thing, it's another. Things just keep happening. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's get into it. I enter the house. I don't hear anyone, but I see my father's shoes. Could he be taking a nap? It'd be a blessing if we didn't run into each other. Carefully, without making any sound, I enter my room. Dream of electric sheep. Okay. October 30th. Lucy. Lucy? Lucy is cleaning her room. She appears to be in a good mood today. The room isn't very messy, but that's only because Lucy has been working diligently. So am I reading her thoughts? Because this seems different from main character. I don't know. It did say Lucy, so I guess I'm going to assume that we are Lucy, and we'll be talking as Lucy, I guess. Okay. And even though the room isn't messy, Lucy continues to clean as usual. It's already become a part of her daily routine. Without allowing a single speck of dust to fall onto the floor, Lucy proceeds with clinical efficiency. Lucy glides across the floor with the vacuum cleaner. She dusts each and every corner and organizes the pile of books on the desk. She hangs up the jackets inside the closet and places the folded underwear inside the various drawers. She repeats this process. Not too long after, she finally stretches her back. Then she wipes her forehead with the back of her hand.
이제야 다 끝냈어요.
The way she massages her waist while letting out a deep breath is no doubt the appearance of a typical woman. She stares at the sky through the window.
오늘은 날씨가 참 좋네요.
It'd been a while since she'd seen such warm, sunny weather. Compared to the chilly weather she'd been seeing lately, this was quite rare. The sunlight is faintly shining down from the sky.
앞으로도 오늘처럼 따뜻한 날씨가 계속되면 좋겠는데요.
It's almost time for her master to return home from school. She makes her way towards the living room to finish up the rest of her chores.
응?
When Lucy arrived in the living room, she tilted her head in confusion. It was because she had heard something. It's father's voice. Here. She can't make out what he's saying, but he's speaking quite loudly. It doesn't seem like he's just talking to himself. Soon enough, Lucy hears the voice of another person. It's a woman.
손님이라도 와 계시는 걸까요?
Probably the stepmother. With careful steps, Lucy makes her way towards his room. But she suddenly stops to think. She's reminded of father's frightening demeanor. She might get scolded again if she runs into him. Feeling a little scared, Lucy stops at the base of the door. From there, she cautiously peers into the room. She sees father. He's talking to a lady that Lucy's unfamiliar with. She looks like she's in her early 30s. Lucy quietly mutters to herself.
누구실까요? 처음 보는 분이신데요.
Being careful not to get caught, she listens in while keeping her distance. Her sensitive ears begin to pick up their voices clearly. I blame everything on that robot. Nothing's been going well ever since that thing came along.
루시의 얘기를 하고 있는 것일까요?
Lucy knows that eavesdropping was bad. But overcome by her curiosity, she continues to listen. My son has started acting strange. He was never like this before. Are you sure? I've always felt that he was the rebellious type. Yes, I'm sure. He might have been a little on the quiet side, but he still used to be a good kid. Well, if you say so, dear.
주인님의 어머님이신가 보네요.
Lucy came to the conclusion from the way that woman was talking to the father. She had heard once from Master that father had remarried with a young secretary. But it seems that she doesn't stop by this place very often. I'd been thinking something was up, but never thought his condition would be so severe. He's completely out of it. To think he's confusing a robot with a human being. Ah, that's just like what's been on the news lately. How could a young boy like him lack such common sense? Confusing a machine with a person. That robot is strange. It's eerily realistic. It's far better at copying people than other models. I've seen that sly contraption laugh and cry. Didn't you say once that she has quite the looks too? Since she's just like a person and listens to his every command, I can see how it would be problematic for a boy his age. But still, she's just a robot. Perhaps he's having trouble at school? Trouble. Don't they say this often? That unsociable children are usually the ones that get attached to androids? Since they have trouble getting along with other people, they grow close with androids instead. Robots are always willing to listen to them, unlike people. It's clear that he's having trouble with his school life. I wouldn't know, since he rarely ever talks about what happens at school. Anyway, it's certain that the robot is the cause of all these problems. There's no doubt, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Isn't it obvious? What do you mean? Why don't you just go destroy it? What? Go dispose of it. The robot's the reason behind all this, right? Her words were followed by a moment of silence. But then he'll be really upset about it. Isn't it just like a toy anyway? When his condition improves, we can always buy him a new one. It's not as simple as that. The robot looked a bit special. Then are you planning to leave things the way they are? You think his feelings are more important than his future? Something must be done about this, right? Yeah. Then just get rid of it. Go smash it into pieces or set it on fire, whatever. Father appeared to be mulling it over. You're right. That robot is the cause of all this. If that robot disappears, if that robot gets out of our way, everything will soon return to normal. That was as far as Lucy could listen. She couldn't bring herself to stay any longer. She started to walk away from them, looking sullen. Correction. She tried to get away. Oh boy. While scrambling to leave, Lucy bumped into a nearby display containing a jar. She managed to catch it just in time to prevent it from crashing onto the floor. But she made a lot of noise in the process. Who's there? Father and the woman rush out of the room.
저기...
It's you. Were you listening? Lucy makes an excuse while putting the jar back in its place.
저기... 죄송합니다. 일부러 엿듣고 있었던 건 아니고요.
That's enough. It makes everything a lot easier then. I order you to leave this house. We have no use for you. There's nothing we need from you in this household. So leave.
하지만 주인님께서는...
My son doesn't need you either. He's only confused because he's young. You're not being of any help to my son. You're only causing him to suffer. So run along. Forever disappear from our sights.
루시는...
Lucy stood in a timid posture, but her voice was as firm as ever.
외람되지만 루시는 그렇게 생각 안 해요.
What?
루시는 분명 주인님의 도움이 되고 있다고 생각해요.
In the past, she wouldn't have been able to say for sure. But now it's different. She continues to speak with great confidence.
주인님께서 말씀해 주셨어요. 루시가 필요하다고 말해 주셨어요. 그러니까 루시는 나가고 싶지 않아요. 앞으로도 계속 주인님의 도움이 되고 싶어요.
All right. It doesn't seem like we'll get anywhere by talking. Father disappears off somewhere. A moment later, he returns with a container filled with gasoline in his hand. He pours the gasoline onto Lucy. Okay. First off, why does he have a can of gasoline? I mean, it's not unusual, but still. 2, he just poured freaking gasoline on Lucy inside the house. And 3, what's he thinking? Obviously, he's gonna burn her, but does he plan on burning her in the freaking house? Where's the logic? I mean, he's gonna have to clean it up because obviously it's gonna go on the floor too. But whatever. The gasoline makes a loud splash as it makes contact with Lucy. She soon becomes drenched from top to bottom. Lucy stands in silence with the gasoline covering her body. Father takes out a lighter and flicks it on. Okay, you are the most stupidest person ever. Whatever, burn your house down. That's fine. He holds the lighter threateningly close. This is my last warning. Leave if you do not wish to be turned into a pile of ashes. And don't you dare come back. Stay out of my son's life forever. Lucy silently observes her slimy body.
루시는
What should Lucy do? Lucy tries asking herself, but there isn't anyone that could give her an answer. Without knowing what to do, Lucy remains standing still for quite a long time. Her body is designed to be able to withstand intense heat for a short while, but it won't be long before she begins to melt. Lucy suddenly remembers her master's order. Run away if she's in danger. That was the order. Lucy didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do, but she decided to leave the scene first. Staying here would be going against the second and third law of robotics. In order to prevent that, Lucy begins to move.
안녕히 계세요.
With a sad look, Lucy leaves. Don't even think about showing up here ever again. If you do, you'd better be prepared to pay the price. I'm in no way exaggerating. Keep that in mind. All Lucy did was to give the ground a lonely stare. Did she really have to part with Master like this? With a heavy heart, she made her way outside, leaving behind a slimy trail of gasoline. That's a hazard. Father followed after to make sure she left. Once outside, Lucy found herself staring at the sky absent-mindedly. It was bright and sunny out, which had been a rare sight in the recent weeks. Lucy stopped in her tracks momentarily as she stared into the sky. Then she smiled brightly. It was a refreshing smile, free of all cares in the world.
오늘은 날씨가 참 좋네요.
She thought it would be good weather to go for a picnic. Whoa. You see that glitch? I don't think that happened before. October 30th. You.